Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Friday, October 20th, and we are here trying to help you make better financial decisions. The way we do that is we encourage you to go to our website, jillonmoney.com, click the Contact Us button, and write down your note. We'll get your email, and if you want to come on the program, just check the box. It says, yes, I'd love to come on the program because it's so much fun with you and Mark. But if not, and you're shy, or if I've gone away for 10 or 12 days, Mark will force us to do email episodes. And this is one of those wonderful episodes. And so we're going to plow through some emails. The first one is from Lisa, who says, hi, Jill and Mark. I rolled over a traditional 401k into an IRA at Merrill Lynch. Okay. I chose two funds that have been big losers, $39,000 loss. I have been holding these funds in hopes that they would recover, but I'm losing patience. I'm 55 now. I'm planning to retire in 15 years. I earn a little bit more than $200,000. My husband earns 30. Is there any way I can take the loss for tax purposes this year? Or because it is an IRA, do I need to just take the loss in these funds and move on by changing my investments? I really appreciate your help with this. Hold on. I just want to see what she purchased. So the answer to your question is it's a tax deferred account. It's in an IRA. So no, you cannot take any loss on that. I'm sorry. Okay. I really am. Now, what is this? Oh, okay. Let's see what she bought. She bought something, a clean energy exchange traded fund. That's an odd thing. Did you have a broker for this? Who sold this to you? That's odd, don't you think, Mark? Like a very esoteric, unless maybe she chose it herself. And then the other one is just an individual stock, a pharmaceutical company, which also has gotten hammered. Anyway, maybe you just move on. And I'm not sure why you're at Merrill versus anywhere else. But if you have an IRA, I would be looking at the fund families that give you the lowest cost options. And so those fund families or institutions are places like Fidelity, Schwab, E-Trade, which is part of Morgan Stanley, Vanguard, T. Rowe Price. That's it. Okay. Next. You ready for this one, Mark? Here's the subject. I am the beneficiary in an ex-boyfriend's estate. This is wild. Okay, here's the person who says, I'm not even going to say this person's name. Let's say S. I learned of the untimely death of an ex-partner. He died about a year ago, and I'm the beneficiary of his estate. He is a well-known lawyer. Because of this, no one so far will take my case. They say it is a conflict of interest. What should I do? What do you mean a beneficiary of his estate? So what do we need a lawyer for? Are you in the will or not? This is strange. I'm not sure about this. I am the beneficiary or a beneficiary. Are you contesting this? Something seems strange here. I can't imagine that there's not anybody you can talk to about this, but that's a strange situation indeed. I guess that maybe if it was left to you, maybe the whole family is ganging up and contesting you as the beneficiary. That's sort of what it sounds like, right, Mark?
I'm just wondering, did he leave it to her by mistake? Like they their relationship ended and he never changed things?
Right. In which case you should probably walk away from it because that's weird, but I get it. Maybe not. I don't know. But you got to get a lawyer and maybe you'll find somebody. Someone wants to get a contingency or something. You must get representation. It can't be that there's nobody. Okay. Elizabeth is writing and says, hi, Jill. I love listening to your podcasts. I feel like we're on the right path, but I could use some advice about where to focus over the next decade. Okay, my spouse and I are 36 years old. We've got two kids, ages 10 and 5. I make $105,000 with a potential for $115,000 with a bonus each year. I read that it's so funny as I said it. I thought she meant she had a potential for another $115,000, but I now get it's $10,000. Spouse makes $74,000. Income is a change within the last year, as previously spouse was working part-time to spend more time with kids, recently went back to work full-time. We live in a low cost of living area. We own our home. It's worth $380,000 to $390,000. Our mortgage outstanding is $160,000. The rate is 2.75%, 30-year. They've got a vehicle loan with 4 years left, $33,000 at 2%. All right, let's see what they got. Emergency savings, $13,000. Brokerage, $1,000. Retirement, combined $217,000, a mix of pre-tax and Roth. And Elizabeth is contributing 12% to a Roth 401k currently with a 5% match. Spouse must contribute to a state pension plan and in addition is contributing 4% to a 457 plan. Good. Spouse's pension estimate at 60 years old is anywhere from $3,500 to $4,300 a month. Too early to tell if they'll stay at this employer. Income will go up over the next few years. Okay. For these kids, the 5-year-old, the 10-year-old, no 529 plans, but potentially want to fund at least 50% of college by way of cash flow brokerage savings or creating a 529 plan now. Happy and content in our current house. The potential for building a new house 10 years perhaps down the road, which would be looking in the $500,000 to $600,000 range. Not set in stone, an idea. Well, either you get a house or your kids go to college. I think those are the two choices, basically. They've got an extra $2,000 to $2,500 a month. Okay, which has been used as of the last year for home improvement projects. So now they have this extra $2,000 to $2,500. Here's the question. Should we keep contributing the same percentages to our retirement accounts? Should we use the extra cash flow to bump up emergency fund and brokerage? Pull back on retirement a little? Put the extra funds into a brokerage? Okay, so here's what I think. I think you're on the right path. I think the first thing you do need is to beef up your emergency reserves. Don't worry about the brokerage right now. That $13,000 seems light. I don't know what your total monthly expenses are, but remember, you're trying to get 6 to 12 months of your living expenses in the emergency reserve fund. Okay? Next, the $2,000 to $2,500 a month. You do need 529 plans if you really want to help with education. $2,000 to $2,500 a month is not going to cash flow so easily for college for these two kids. You don't know where they're going, what they're doing. So I would say definitely set up a 529 plan for each of the kids. If you're putting away 12% to a Roth, it doesn't seem like you're maxing it. So I think what I would do is first the $2,000 to $2,500, beef that emergency reserve fund up. Then set up 529 plans. And then let's do, how about $1,000, $1,500, meaning $1,000 for each kid a month. And then the 500, just max out the Roth 401k. And I think that's it. I'm not sure that I would do a brokerage right now. And I would put that idea of the future building of a new house, I put that on the back burner. Do you want to build a new house, Mark, for these folks? I don't think they're going to be able to do it.
Well, they're not looking to do it right now. In 10 years down the line.
In 10 years, they have a 15-year-old. They got to pay for college, remember?
Yeah, but that kid will be close to being done. I think it's possible down the road.
All right. Mark says it's the back burner. I say it's maybe the back burner.
It's not like they're going from, a $400,000 house to a $2 million house.
Yeah, we'll see. But I think they're on the right track. Let's get that $2,000, $2,500 a month. Let's get that moving. Let's get that active in that 529 plan. Maria says, we bought term life insurance, which is scheduled. Does she mean 2026? Because she wrote 2016. That was a little bit of a trick there, Maria. Let's assume you bought term life. It was scheduled to expire in 2026. That's when their son will be 20 years old. We will be 65 years old in 3 years. Do you think we should get additional life insurance considering our son is still young? Nah, I don't know how much money you have, but I probably wouldn't. And it would cost you a fortune right now. I'd like to hear about what other assets you have and how you plan on hitting these retirement goals. Hopefully you don't need it. I'm hopeful that you don't need it. Usually once the kid's 20, 22, you don't need that life insurance. People love life insurance though, don't they? God. It's a necessary evil. Hey, Mark, you know what I forgot to ask you about when we first came back together in our reunion tour here? Did you buy a house?
We did. We're in contract.
Oh, my God.
I'm guessing we'll be in there by Christmas.
Oh, my goodness. I can't wait for the housewarming. You have to buy furniture. She's going to go nuts.
No, we don't have to buy. We bought all furniture when we moved in this place. We're pretty set there.
You're going to have a bigger space.
It's bigger, it's different, it's a different layout. So I don't know. I think we won't have to get that much stuff.
All right. Well, I'm going to wait for the housewarming present. It might just be a whole bunch of booze, but let me stock your liquor cabinet. That'll be it. I'm very excited for you. It's very cool. This is everything you wanted, or almost everything.
After 17 years, I was thinking I've been in Manhattan for 17 years. So that's a wrap, Manhattan, but I'll still be here. I'll still be in Manhattan every single day.
Well, you'll come. I'll make you come to. We'll make sure that all of our dinners are downtown, so it's a quick commute for you.
Downtown.
All right, that's it for the program. Thank you so much for listening. It's Friday, so we love to do our wonderful, wonderful outro, which is our thanks for our music, which is composed by Joel Goodman, Mark Talercio, that guy who sings Downtown. He's our executive producer and king of all things web. We are distributed by Cadence 13, which we may have to say is Odyssey. I don't even know if they use Cadence 13 anymore, Mark, do they?
I feel like I hear it every once in a while on the radio, promos.
Okay, well, we're either distributed by Cadence 13 or its parent company, Odyssey. Please leave us a rating and review wherever you listen to this podcast and do something nice for someone else today. I don't care what it is. Just do something nice, will you? Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.